George Marinos bringing you all the live action here on Fleaflicker Media. It's the New Oxford Twins visiting the Hanover Hurricanes on Tuesday night baseball. Hanover 5-1. I would say they're the surprise of the league this year, but I doubt that because they were above 500 for most of the season last year. They were expected to be a competitive team this year, but off to a blazing hot start. 5-1. They swept a doubleheader from New Oxford 2 Sundays ago. Close games. It was 4-1 and 5-1 in those 2 ball games. So we figured to see a pretty good ball game here today, as New Oxford has 18 guys in uniform here today, and Hanover at home, as always, has a bunch of guys in uniform as well. So Jeremiah Gillen, the New Oxford Twins manager, ready for his team to take the field here, or he's ready to see the Hanover Hurricanes take the field here. We'll take a look at the batting lineup for New Oxford. It starts with the center fielder, Zach Fulmar. Bryce Fulmar, the second baseman, bats second. Hunter Gillen, the third baseman, bats third. And Isaiah Mummert, who was an all-South Penn first-teamer last year. He is the first baseman, and he bats cleanup. Andrew Kearns, the shortstop, is in the 5 spot. Brady Koenig is the left fielder, batting 6th. A.J. Bullock playing right field and batting 7th. Andrew Worley is the DH. He bats 8th. And Brandon Morgret, the catcher, he'll bat 9th. So we'll take a look at this defensive alignment here for Hanover. As over at third, it's Chase Roberts, former Hanover Nighthawks quarterback in high school football. The shortstop for the Hurricanes is Jackson Ream. Second baseman, well, that's Abe Dull. And rounding out the infield defense for Hanover is Timmy Wagaman. The outfield from right to left looks like this. Justin Hafner in right. Colton Hafley is in center. And over in left field, and warming up down here near third base, that's Malcolm Ferry, the left fielder. On the hill, it's the venerable Kevin Tracey. It's been a while since we've seen him pitch. It's probably been a good 12 or 13 years. I covered a game for him for the newspaper when he was pitching for the New Oxford Twins. I covered him a bunch for the Evening Sun, but this is the first time I've seen him in probably a decade on a South Penn League mound. And we're about ready to go here with the very first pitch of this one. This one is called a strike off of the left hand of Tracey to the leadoff hitter, Zach Fulmar. Bloops this one down the left side. Third baseman ranging's over, and he's got it in fair territory. That's Chase Roberts hauling it away, 1 out. So coming to the plate now will be Bryce Fulmar. As that one is called a strike to Fulmar. Apologize for the movement of the camera there as we're trying to fix the scoreboard here. The scoreboard is wrong, and you might ask yourself how that happens when a broadcast, when there isn't even any scoring in a ball game yet, and that's because we had the 0 over a little bit too far on the New Oxford side. This one rolled to third. It's Roberts' throw across to first for the out. And there are 2 away here, and we're having a disaster in the booth here to start things off, so I apologize for that. Oh, that was even better. Oh, that was even better. Now I've lost my pen. All right, so back to action here now. Hunter Gillen will be the batter, the number 3 spot for New Oxford. He's playing third base today. 2 quickly retired by the Hanover starter, Kevin Tracey. So, Tracey pitching against his former team here today. I know it's been a long time, but that's still an interesting side note. This one is hit in the air to right field. It's going to be caught, and that will bring the inning to an end. 3 up, 3 down for Kevin Tracey. We'll head on to the bottom of the first inning. We'll head on to the bottom of the first inning here on Fleaflicker Media, and we'll take a look at the lineups for Hanover and New Oxford on the other side when we come back. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page. Tonight. Back live here for the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment for New Oxford. It starts with Hunter Gillen at third base. Over at short for New Oxford is Andrew Kearns. The second baseman is Bryce Fulmar. And the first baseman, Isaiah Mummert. The outfield from right to left, A.J. Bullock. The center fielder is Zach Fulmar. And out in left field is Brady Koenig. Behind the plate for New Oxford, Brandon Morgret. And he'll be catching Lane Koenig. So battle of two lefties on the hill here today. One a former New Oxford Twin from a decade ago, and one a current New Oxford Twin, as Tracey does battle against Koenig. And we're ready to go with the first batter of the ball game. This one is fouled off at the plate. Jackson Ream is the batter here now for Hanover. So 0-1 the count here to Ream, the shortstop. Swing and a miss as he's behind that one. No balls and two strikes. Well, it's not International Left-Handers Day today, but those of you that like to celebrate might be getting in the early festivities here with these two lefties on the hill. Misses just low. Just barely dips below the strike zone. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Another one up high, and it's 2-2 now. So Jackson Ream, the shortstop, is leading off. It'll be Abe Dull next, as this ground out goes 6-3 on the putout. And Fulmar, well, that wasn't Fulmar, that was Kearns. So 1 away. Now it's number 24, Abe Dull, who is the second baseman for Hanover. Had a big build for a middle infielder. Batting in the number 2 spot. We'll see if he can supply any power here for Hanover as they look to get things started off. Quickly working is Koenig. He misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Just barely foul tipped at the plate, and that goes to now 2 balls and 1 strike. For Hanover, they won their first 3 games before they suffered an 11-1 loss at Cashtown last week. This one is hit down the right field line, but foul. Sounded like a broken bat. Hard hopper gets past the third baseman Gillen and into left field. And that tricky hop will be a base runner here for Hanover as Abe Dull reaches. And we'll see how they score that one officially on the Game Changer app. We'll try to take a look in between innings and see how that one was scored. So a little bit of a tricky hop with the broken bat. Some extra spin on that one. Maybe a little bit of an in-between hop, but a play that Gillen would probably tell you he expects himself to make. Colton Hafley, the center fielder, now will bat for Hanover. Former Brushtown Bulldog. as this one is a called strike on the outside corner. So please, you've tuned into us here on Tuesday Night Baseball on Fleaflicker Media. Two of the rising young teams in the South Penn League, and that one hits him square in the back. Be a two-out base runner here now as Hafley wears that one right in the number 2. On the back of his jersey. And there you go. He got squared up by that one. That doesn't feel good, but we'll see how long he stays at first base here now. Chase Roberts, the third baseman, comes up for Hanover, and a couple years ago, he broke the York Adams League football career passing record in the final game of the season, his final game of his career against York Tech at Shepherd and Myers Stadium in Hanover. Down low, ball 1 to Roberts. Definitely known as a prolific passer in the area, but also a pretty good baseball player. The kick and the toss. This one backs Roberts off a little bit, and it's 2 balls and no strikes now the count. Colton Hafley still the lead at first base. He reached with a 2-out hit by pitch. Abe Dull is at second. Excuse me, there's only 1 out in the inning. Roberts drives this one to left. Going. It's going to be caught by the center fielder. Here goes the tag from Dull to third. He'll make it up easily, standing. And now 2 outs, and now the Hurricanes have him on the corners as a productive out there by Roberts, but certainly not what he was looking for. He wanted to get that run home. So New Oxford Brain Trust will come out to the mound now as all the infielders heading in for a word. And we'll remind you that this mound visit is brought to you by Battlefield Military Museum. Come check us out at our new location today, down the road from the old location at 900 Baltimore Pike. It's directly across from the outlet mall, on the same side, but on the other side of the highway. Gettysburg Times here doing the game today. It's Tom Sixes with the story, and Daryl Wheeler here shooting some photos. So you want to read about that game, this game tomorrow, get your copy of the Gettysburg Times. Get it just about any convenience store in town. I believe places like Walmart, Giant sell it as well. Now Isaiah Dull is the batter. He's the catcher. Out on his front foot on that off-speed offering, but he stays back. A good job to look that one over. 1 ball and no strikes to the Hanover catcher. Abe Dull is at third. Colton Hafley is at second. Rifle to third. Gillen's got it. Throw across to first. It gets away, and that's going to score a pair for Hanover. As Dull was already in to score, here comes Hafley. And the Hurricanes jump on top 2-0 on a throwing error by Gillen. Did a nice job grabbing that, stabbing that one, but then the throw across to first bounce, and the first baseman unable to come up with it. And the Hurricanes, like they've done so often this season, jump on top 2-0 here already. Timmy Wagaman is the batter now for Hanover, and he takes ball 1 down low. Into scoring position went Isaiah Dull on that play, as he's now at second base with 2 outs, 90 feet away. And Koenig tries to get out of further trouble here in the bottom of the first inning. The kick, this one fouled back to the screen. Well, the good news for folks of fast games here today, looks like both pitchers are not giving up a lot of foul balls to start things off early, so looks like both guys have their A stuff to begin this ball game. Therefore, you're going to see a lot of put-away pitches that are swung and missed on as opposed to tipped foul throughout this one, probably. They're going in behind the runner at second. Paying no mind is Koenig. He brings it homeward, and the pitch low for a ball. Malcolm Ferry is in the on-deck circle for Hanover. Wagaman in there right now. He's the 6th man to bat this inning for the Hurricanes. Chopped on the ground. Back to the mound. Koenig's going to run it over to first and flip it on to Mummert. So the side is retired, but Hanover strikes for 2. Hurricanes lead it. We'll go to the second inning here on Tuesday Night Baseball on Fleaflicker Media. Good evening on this grandest of occasions, South Penn fans. We're here to commence the 2026 South Penn League season. The players are ready. The fans are ready. The umpires are ready. Everyone's been waiting. While the summer heat rises, so does the temperature on the diamond. In parks all across Adams County and northern Maryland, the air is ripe with fresh grass and pine tar, as well as anticipation. Anticipation for what, you may ask? As if you don't know. For the greatest trophy chase in South Penn League history. Cashtown sits atop the throne, their 6th title in 9 years. But as we've seen in seasons past, the Pirates are not the only suitor. Impressive squads in Littlestown, Hagerstown, and Brushtown lead the pack in hot pursuit, while other squads in Hampstead, New Oxford, Frederick, Hanover, Biglerville, and Shippensburg are eager to punch their dance cards to the postseason tournament. As far as the trophy, let us not dwell, for the new season is here. Let us bask in its revelry and summer vibes, and enjoy the months ahead. Back here for the start of the second inning, Kevin Tracey ready to go. Isaiah Mummert is leading things off for New Oxford, and as we mentioned in the pregame, he was a first-teamer for the South Penn end-of-year All-Star team last year. As he hits this one in the air, and the shortstop is over. That's Ream. He's got it, and there goes my pen again. So 1 out. Kevin Tracey works very fast. I'll tell you what, it's fun if you want to get through a ball game quickly. It's not fun if you're a media member because you don't have time to do any of the things that you normally do between pitches. But hey, I'm not telling him to slow down for 2 reasons. 1, because a nice, quick, flowing game is good for the viewers back home. And 2, well, swing and a miss by Andrew Kearns. Kearns is the shortstop for New Oxford, and he looks to get things started here. First 4 set down by Tracey. The distinctive wind and delivery. This one is stung to center field. He's ranging back on it, and he's got it. That's Colton Hafley there for the catch. This one drifted on him a little bit here, but Tracey gets the out. Cannot relate to you how awesome it is that we're getting to see Kevin Tracey pitch here today. As we said, it's been a while, but multiple-time Pitcher of the Year award winner in the South Penn League. And that was with New Oxford. Seems like another lifetime ago. Strike to Brady Koenig, the other Koenig in the lineup today for New Oxford. Breaking ball, and that one tipped foul at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. All of you that are tuning in and tuning out, I don't know what you're missing here. I mean, this is a great ball game. So, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody, tune in here. South Penn Tuesday Night Baseball. It's a hot show right now. This one is just low. We'll be with you Thursday night from Littlestown as these very same Hanover Hurricanes will be taking on the Dodgers. This one fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Yeah, not sure what the viewers tuning in that are then tuning out afterwards are not liking about this broadcast. This has been a really, really fun start to this ball game. Rolled on the ground, third baseman dives for it. It gets through to the shortstop and gets under his glove and into left field. Wasn't going to have a play anyway, as there's a base hit, first one of the game for the Twins. There goes the no-hitter. 5 in a row retired by Tracey snapped. And now New Oxford will look to get it done with the bottom third of the order as A.J. Bullock, the right fielder, stands in there. I believe Tracey does have a no-hitter or two on his South Penn resume. In fact, I think 2010, 2011, sometime around there, I think he threw one. I think Daniel Pauling of the Hanover Evening Sun was there to cover it. There's strike one to Bullock. Bullock, who also doubles as a pitcher for the Twins. His manager, Jeremiah Gillen, says, though, he doesn't really like pitching all that much. He likes to hit. Nonetheless, Bullock has carved out an effective role for himself over the years as a closer for New Oxford, getting some saves. Blows the cheese by him. Literally a living legend on the hill here today in Hanover, as it's Kevin Tracey looking over to first base now. This one misses high. See the pop of dust from the catcher Dull's mitt. Tracey can still get it up there at a decent speed. Breaking ball carves him up, sits him down, and gets the Hanover Hurricanes back to the bat rack. 2-0, they lead. We'll head on to the bottom of the second here on Fleaflicker Media. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
My name is Zach Haberhorn, and you're watching South Penn Baseball on Fleaflicker Media.
Umpire signals the ball, ready for play, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the second, as this one is drilled to center. A little bit of an end of the bat shot, and it falls in there over the second baseman's head, and a leadoff single for Hanover and Malcolm Ferry. And he'll take it. Generated a lot of bat speed there, but take a look at the point of contact here. I think we just missed it on the replay. Parachutes in there over the second baseman, and Hanover with a leadoff base runner here in the second. That pitch called a strike from Koenig to Justin Hefner. As Hanover leads at 2-0 here in the second inning. Pickoff throw back to first, and in sliding is Malcolm Ferry. So Ferry, the first hit of the ball game for Hanover. They scored 2 in the first inning after a hit or after a hit by pitch and 2 errors, as that pitch delivered low. Abe Dole hit a grounder that got through at third base on the second batter of the game. Then Colton Hafley was hit by a pitch in the back. And then a throwing error from across the diamond brought home the 2 Hanover runs. Swing and a miss. Hefner, the number 8 hitter, is the right fielder for Hanover. And in the on-deck circle, no, unfortunately, we won't get to see Kevin Tracey hit today, unless something weird happens. Nice job of opposite field hitting to poke that one, but it's caught. Throw back to first. Chance for the double play, but they don't get it. That ball skips on through to home plate and backed up there by Morgret, Brandon Morgret, the catcher. So, first out of the second inning here is achieved for Koenig. And now it is Scott Ream in the number 9 spot. So we have listed here for Hanover. He's the designated hitter taking the swings for Kevin Tracey here today. Squaring to bunt, pulls it back. There goes the runner for second. Throw, he is out! Look at this throw from the catcher, and then a little bit of a jumble up there at second base as the umpire waited to see the bodies on pile before he called it. And look at this throw down there by Brandon Morgret. So helping his pitcher out here. And now Koenig will try to get the third out of the inning against Ream. Something off speed, maybe a breaking ball that locked up his front hip. I believe that first pitch was a ball as he jumped away from it. Popped up to the right side. That one's going to head out of play. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Ream, the number 9 hitter in the Hanover order. Here's the kick and the toss. This one apparently just missed. Ream looked it over rather confidently, so he must have a very good understanding of the strike zone as he watches that one go by for ball 2. The lift and the toss. Chops this one to third, does Ream. Picking it up and throwing across to first is Gillen for out, number 3. And that will bring an end to the second inning. Don't touch that dial, folks. New Oxford coming to bat. They'll look to tie things up here at Diller Field on Tuesday Night Baseball. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keats is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Hello, my name is Maxwell Smith. You're watching South Penn Baseball on Fleaflicker Media.
Inning number 3 set to commence from Diller Field. It's Kevin Tracey versus the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the New Oxford order. That means Andrew Worley will lead things off. Designated hitter fouls one back to the screen for a first pitch strike for Tracey. Again, we'll be following these Hanover Hurricanes around this week. I almost called them the Hanover Raiders a bunch of times. That's why you hear me pause a little bit before I say Hurricanes every time. Long time that the Hanover Raiders were in the South Penn League. Kevin Tracey, the guy on the mound, pitched against them a number of times, pitched against them in championship series in the South Penn League. Grunting with effort is Tracey as he brings that one plate side. Misses down and inside and squirts away from the catcher. And the New Oxford Twins, 5-time champions of the South Penn League, and every single one of those titles was won with this man as the centerpiece of their rotation. That misses up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count. Diller Field, one of the most beautiful locations in the South Penn League. Bit of a cool, cloudy day. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. And on cool, cloudy days, the ball doesn't always travel as well at Diller Field, but very short porch out there in left. 302 down the line. A little bit more forgiving to pitchers, 315 down the right field line. Ball 4. And he had him, I believe, 0-2, and then missed with 4 in a row. So Worley, a leadoff base runner, just what the doctor ordered for New Oxford as they look to scratch something out against Kevin Tracey here in the 3rd inning. Tracey shaking his head after that one. I don't know if somebody said something funny from the dugout or if he maybe didn't like the call from the umpire. That one backs off Brandon Morgret, the catcher, as he jumps away from that one. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for New Oxford. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Hanover here in this ball game. Pickoff throw, tricky lefty, Kevin Tracey. Of course, he's got a tricky lefty move over to first. Back in safely is Worley. Wow, he brought that one to the plate quick. Almost a quick pitch. Tracey's got it. Throw across to first. He's got him for the out. 1-3 on the putout. Springing off the mound like a cat to get after that one. It works like a sacrifice for Morgret. Officially, it'll be an 0-for-1, but certainly has to feel good getting the job done there. Back to the top of the order, it's Zach Fulmar. Squaring to bunt, pulling it back, it's called a strike. And Worley was a third of the way down to third base over there at second base. You heard the pitter-patter of his feet as he headed back to second base. Tracey with a quick check of the runner. Now he comes home. Misses outside. Throw behind the runner by the catcher. Dull. And cutting in front of the bag to pick that one off and save an error is Abe Dull, the second baseman. Tracey with the look. Now the kick, the delivery to the plate, a breaking ball that hangs. Fulmar, the center fielder for New Oxford here today. He is 0-for-1. Tracey with the slide step. Almost found the range with that breaking ball, but ruled to be just a little bit high by the home plate umpire. 3 balls. And 1 strike. Catcher drops it. As a result, he doesn't get the call. It might have been outside as well. And 2 are on now for the Twins as they get up to the meat of their order. 2, 3, and 4 now coming to the plate. And it's Worley at second, and now Zach Fulmar at first. Tracey back to work here as his Hurricanes teammates from the dugout encouraging him to roll a double play here, and he's certainly capable. The slide step, and he blows it past the other Fulmar, the second baseman. He's wearing number 41, and we had Bryce Fulmar listed as 23 on the stat sheet, so we'll have to look between innings if there has been a change here or not. I don't think so, but check swing as he holds back on that one. Usually not taking your number 2 hitter out of the game in the 3rd inning unless somebody's nicked up or something. So this is most likely Still Fulmer, just wearing a different jersey number than the one listed on the program. Swing and a miss. Tracey makes mincemeat of him. 2 down now. Well, I don't know the exact number of career strikeouts that Kevin Tracey has in the South Penn League, but the New Oxford Twins, at the time that he was playing for them, kept detailed records of all their player stats, so there will be a record of that somewhere. Hunter Gillen now to the plate. Trying to make up for a few fielding miscues in the first inning as he stands in here. He's 0 for 1 on the day and looks to pick up the RBI opportunity with Worley at second and Zach Fulmer at first. Pickoff throw by Tracey, almost a Max Scherzer type lob to second base. I think that was the B move. Tracey back to the 1-0 count at hand. And the number 3 hitter for New Oxford, Hunter Gillen. Swung through that one, foul tipped it into the mitt. And the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Fleaflicker Media is your home for Central Penn Piranha football as well. We'll have games for them all throughout the spring and early summer season here for you on Fleaflicker Media. Kevin Tracey brings this one to the plate. Jackknifing away from that one is Gillen. Here's the kick and the throw. Gillen rips this one down the third base line, just a hair out in front as that goes foul. Just a few feet away from plating at least 1 run for his ball club. As you look here, he got out in front of this Kevin Tracey offering. It's almost a quick pitch, too. He comes to a complete stop on the mound, but he throws it almost exactly right after. Strike 3 called at the letters. Fulmer doesn't like it. Tracey storms off the mound, another strikeout in hand. He's through 3 scoreless here on the show. It's the Hanover Hurricanes 3 and the New Oxford Twins 0 here on Tuesday Night Baseball. This live sporting event on Fleaflicker Media is brought to you by the Gettysburg Times. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page. As we come back to the ballpark, I offer my sincerest apologies. When I went through the line score last inning, it was actually 1 hit on the board for New Oxford and not 2. Still have that 1 hit. Both teams with 1 hit in the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for New Oxford. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Hanover. And Lane Koenig back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. 2 unearned runs on his ledger, scoring in the 1st inning. Holding up on that one is Jackson Ream, as it's top of the order for Hanover here, and he goes ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Ream grounded one to his opposite number the last time up, shortstop Andrew Kearns. 3 balls and no strikes now, as Koenig having trouble finding the range here. He's ready to go quickly, too, and that one misses down low. Oftentimes on 3-0, you'll get that call in the South Penn League or places like the Harrisburg Senators, the York Revolution, stuff like that. You'll see that 3-0 call. If it's close, it's a strike. But that one definitely lower than the zone. And he earns the 4-pitch walk. It's Abe Dahl now, and he's squaring to bunt, but pulls it back. Do you remember covering Hanover here last year during the playoffs against Brushtown? They were very aggressive with their bunting and sacrificing, if I recall correctly. Squares at this one and pulls it back. Maybe just a token square on that one, but now he's seen what a strike looks like from Koenig in this at-bat. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like it might have been a slider. That one misses down and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, both these pitchers definitely showcasing a deep arsenal for a South Penn League game here today. And a deep arsenal in the South Penn League is anything that's 3+ pitches. That misses down low. 3 balls and 1 strike. And now the home plate umpire having a word with the New Oxford dugout, as he didn't like some of the things he was hearing from over here on the visitors' side. The 2-1 pitch from Koenig. The slide step. That one misses. Actually, that was the 3-1 pitch, excuse me. And ball 4, and now there will be runners on first and second. The first 2 men reach. So that's Abe Dahl heading down to first base, the second baseman for Hanover. And he joins Jackson Ream. And the Hurricanes with a big flashpoint opportunity here to try and really take control of this ball game. Colton Hafley up, and he'll be looking for a little revenge after getting hit in the tailbone in his last at-bat. He squares the bunt here, and if they're squaring the bunt with a runner on first and nobody out, it stands to reason that they will be squaring with a runner on first and second and nobody out. And it's something I've long said, that in the South Penn League 1 through 9, all up and down your lineup, guys have to be able to and ready to bunt. Stepping off is Koenig as he looks the runner back. Our Thursday night South Penn game of the week coming to you in two nights. It'll be these Hanover Hurricanes at the Littlestown Dodgers, as Hafley fouls that one off. We had Littlestown on our Fans' Choice Game of the Week last Thursday as they hosted the North Carroll Panthers and earned a 3-1 victory in that one. And what's been a tightly contested series, the last 4 meetings between these two teams over the last 2 years, 3 of them were decided by 2 runs or less. Long look from Koenig. Now he comes home. Oh, he hit Hafley with it again. This time he got him in the back of the front shoulder. And the bases are now loaded without the benefit of a hit for Hanover. So, Hafley hit again, a painful way to make a living as a batter, but he's doing it here today. And the bases now packed with Hurricanes here, leaving Lane Koenig in the eye of a very unforgiving storm. That'll bring up Chase Roberts. He flew out to center field his first time up, a ball that was stung back in the first inning. Letter high fastball for a strike, and that's what Koenig's got to do. Get ahead and start putting some of these guys away. The infield is in at first and third, in at the corners. Back in the middle, they're playing for the double play there. So Gillen in at third, Mummert in at first. Another picture-perfect strike to Chase Roberts. Didn't particularly seem to care for that call, and the count now 0 balls and 2 strikes. Big moment in this ball game. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hanover already with the 2-0 lead. Their cleanup hitter at the dish, looking to do some damage. Koenig with the kick and the toss. That one misses just outside. Put it pretty much where the catcher, Margaret, wanted it, but they were trying to tease the outside corner and see if they could get him to chase, and he didn't. Motorcycle flaring up beyond the center field wall as a Hurricane at every base. This one popped foul just over our broadcast location and into the multi-purpose vegetable field, corn field, bean field, legumes, whatever they grow over there. Used to be every other year they'd grow corn, and then the years in between that it was beans. I know the 2020 year, the first year we started coming here to do South Penn games, it was beans. Then the next year it was corn. Koenig with the kick and the toss. This one just a hair low. And that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 pitch at bat now here for Roberts. Doesn't want to be the first guy to make an out for his Hurricanes here this inning, but he'd take a productive one if it brings home that run from third. That one hit him? I think that one might have got him on the foot. Either that or it was ball 4. I think it was 2-2. He gets hit by the pitch, and now a run will score. Hanover leads it 3-0. And they still have the bases loaded with nobody out. Isaiah Dull, now the batter. He took the key at bat in this ball game so far, and he takes another key one here. As up and out of the chute, that one misses high and outside from Koenig. 1 ball and no strikes. Dull hit a end of the bat sharp ground ball that caught Hunter Gillen at third in between hop back in the first inning. Got past him and scored both both Hanover runs in that first inning. And they've just now added to it with a bases loaded hit by pitch by Chase Roberts. 2 balls and no strikes, the count to the catcher Dull. Hits this one to short. They're going to have a chance to turn 2. It's going to score a run. They do execute it. 6-4-3, just what the doctor ordered. Coming home to score on the play is Abe Dull. And that's exactly what that's exactly what the doctor ordered for him here. Weak 1 hop chopper right to the midsection of the shortstop. On to Fulmar at second, Kearns to Fulmar, and then on to Mummert at first for the putout. And it's 4-0 Hanover now as they score again. And now to the plate is Timmy Wagaman. Good thing that fence was there. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was headed over here. It's probably going below the section of stands that we're seated in here, because the fence does cut off before it really gets to where we're sitting. But either way, we're thankful that we didn't have to find out. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Wagaman. So 4-0 Hanover now, as another 2 have scored here in the third. And now the base is almost empty except for that runner at third now. That's Colton Hafley. Wagaman takes another ball up high and out of the zone, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the beat goes on for the Hanover Hurricanes here early in the season. Looking for their second 3-game winning streak here in the first 2.5 weeks. Three and 1 the count to Wagaman as he tucks in his shirt at the plate and gets ready for a really big RBI opportunity here. He's got to be looking for something in a specific spot. And he doesn't get it. Ball 4. Third walk of the inning for Hanover batters. And heading out to the mound now is Austin Roth from the New Oxford dugout. We'll see if he's bringing the hook with him here. Well, there is ample opportunity here at this park for both teams to warm pitchers up. New Oxford wasn't warming anybody up. What that simply may mean is that, well, it simply may mean they're keeping Koenig in the game right now. But the other thing it may mean is whatever reliever they do eventually decide to go to in this one may be coming from the field of play instead of somebody that's actively not in the game and can go warm up during the inning. Mound visit disperses, and it will be Koenig staying on for another inning. Or it'll be Koenig staying on for another batter at least. 2 outs and now men on the corners as Wagaman heads to his station over there, and Malcolm Ferry stands in at the plate. Ferry roped a single his first time up. He's 1 for 1. 2 outs in the third inning here. Koenig with the pitch. This one bounces up there, and it's blocked down by the catcher, Morgret, who's been busy this inning. No advancement from Wagaman on the backside of this. This inning has been 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, a double play, and that's led to 2 runs on the strength of no hits in this one. Foul tip into the mitt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hanover still just the 1 hit in this game. It does belong to Ferry as he scrapes this one foul. And now the home plate umpire is giving it to the Hanover dugout. As he's getting the ire of both benches now. I'm not sure what exactly was going on there. 1 ball and 2 strike pitch coming from Koenig. Lifts the leg, brings it home. That one misses down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hurricanes entering today's play at 5-1. First place in the South Penn League. Cashtown hasn't lost yet, but they're... Well, I guess percentage points, Cashtown's in first. Here's the kick in the toss. This one misses down low. Back up the middle. It's going to fall in there. 1 run will score. Holding at second is Wagaman, and Hanover has a 5th here in the 3rd. As that one parachuted in there for another run for the Hurricanes. Yeah, they said from the dugout, yeah, that absolutely was. It was a nice approach shot to the green, some kind of wedge or iron or something. And now standing at the dish and taking a strike is Justin Hefner. So Malcolm Ferry has both hits in this ball game. He's now driven in a run. And he stands at first as he looks to help keep things going here for Hanover with Hefner at the plate. Hefner, the right fielder, flied out to his opposite number his first time up. A line drive fly out to A.J. Bullock, and they tried to get the double play on the runner at first base, but the throw bounced away. This one chipped foul at the plate there by Hefner. No balls and 2 strikes. Now the count to the number 8 hitter for Hanover. And 5 runs on the board. It's got to feel like a mountain to climb for New Oxford with Kevin Tracey on the hill here now. Swing and a miss. That will bring an end to the 3rd inning, but 3 more score for Hanover. We'll head on to the 4th as the New Oxford Twins looking to get something going. Back here with more live South Penn action on Fleaflicker Media. Don't touch that dial, folks. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keats is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page. Welcome back to Diller Field. Kevin Tracey twirling a gem on the mound for Hanover right now. And those of you that aren't tuned in with us right now, you're missing a show. So those of you that are tuned in, call up your friends, let them know. Grab some adult beverages, some popcorn, and settle in for the rest of this one. Oh, what a diving catch by the center fielder for Hanover, Colton Hafley. Oh my. Hang a star next to that one to start the inning, as Nizia Mummert drives one to center. And then look at this, Hafley coming in, ranging in, times it perfectly, and lays out, and he's got it for out number 1 here in the 4th inning. Nice start to the inning here for Kevin Tracey, and he'll now deal with the number 5 hitter. That's Kearns. That one called a strike and maybe a little bit low on that one. No balls and 1 strike now the count. That one misses letter high, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike now. So, Kevin Tracey turning back the hands on the clock here in the South Penn League on a Tuesday night. Lobbed that one over, changing speeds on it, and apparently it missed. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. From the venerable South Penn League veteran pitcher. 3 balls and 1 strike. Tracey, multiple-time Pitcher of the Year award winner with New Oxford here in the South Penn League. As this one popped up, that one's gonna head for the field. Rolls up in there about 20 feet deep, and somebody going to get it. They used to pay the kids a quarter here at Diller Field to go grab the foul balls. Somewhere a parent sitting around me is probably screaming, "No, don't tell them that." Swing and a miss, strike 3 and 2 down now here as Tracey buzzsaws through Kearns on that one. 2 down, and Brady Koenig will be the hitter for New Oxford. 4 strikeouts for Tracey since the 1st inning. Brady Koenig, who has the New Oxford hit in this one, goes after that high heater, unable to square it up. No balls and 1 strike to count. Tracey has K'd 3 of the last 4 batters in this ball game. This one roped to right, and he lets out a expletive. Oh, a diving catch in right field now. That's Justin Hefner coming up with that one. Oh, 2 sparkling defensive plays by the outfielders in this inning. Kevin Tracey with a strikeout in between, and he continues on pitching a shutout. We're halfway home on the show. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's Hanover 5 and New Oxford nothing. Back in a moment with more live South Penn baseball. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page. Tonight's live sporting event on Fleaflicker Media is brought to you by the Gettysburg Times. All right, halfway home on the show here, New Oxford has made a pitching change. It's Colby Peterson coming in to take over on the hill, and that means the book is closed on Lane Koenig. So he goes 3 innings, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, hit 3 batters, walked 3 batters, gave up 2 hits. Didn't walk anybody until the 3rd time through the order, all 3 of those walks and 2 of the hit by pitches in the last inning to allow Hanover to force 3 home. So it's Peterson taking over, and he will pitch to the number 9 hitter, Scott Ream. Hefner struck out to end the bottom of the 3rd, but then he made a diving catch to end the top of the 4th for Hanover, so he's definitely contributing out there. 2 strikes now to Ream, the DH. I'm pretty sure Kevin Tracey has hit before. He's been in the South Penn League for so long, but I think I've actually seen him hit in a game before, but not something they're going to ask him to do right now at this point in time. Here's Peterson's pitch, breaking ball, locked him up. Almost stumbled over the plate, but called a ball. 1-2 now the count. Ream bounces this one towards the middle. Second baseman up with it and throw on to first. That's Bryce Fulmar for the 4-3 putout. And 1 away here in the Hanover 4th. So Peterson, the first right-handed arm that Hanover batters are getting to see today. And you know, right-handed batters spend a lot of time facing mostly right-handers, so they're used to it. It's the left-on-left matchups that are often considered difficult because you don't get to face a lot of lefties. So here it'll be a right-on-right for the number 1 hitter in the order for Hanover, Jackson Ream. One pitch, 1 foul ball. Ream walked and scored in the 4th inning rally for Hanover. Excuse me, the 3rd inning rally. Pops this one up too. That's going to leave the playing surface. Into some of the shrubbery over here by the tree. They're going to have a heck of a time pulling it out of there, I think, if they haven't already. It's like one of those bushes that line the fairway at major golf championships. Swing and a miss, and Peterson makes quick work of Jackson Ream, the leadoff hitter for Hanover, and 2 down here now. Peterson coming in with a head of steam and making some hay here for New Oxford. Now he'll come up against Abe Dull. Abe Dull has 2 runs in this ball game. Pops this one foul. And that one touches down over here near the tree. Must be something on what Peterson's offering here that's getting these same types of swings and contact points from multiple different hitters in the Hanover lineup here. And it's a couple of their better hitters, too, at the plate as well.
Take a step
down and then
now
up.
look down.
A little bit too far to reach for a strike on that one. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. As Jeremiah Gillen digging through the bush back here to try and figure out where those pair of baseballs are. That one belt high, but apparently inside. And Peterson falls behind in the count 2-1. Just at the hour mark here in this one as Peterson delivers. Tipped off the glove of Peterson, back up the middle towards the shortstop. The throw across to first by Fulmar. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for New Oxford's new pitcher. 9 outs to go for Hanover. New Oxford looking to play spoiler here as they trail 5-0 heading into the 5th inning here on Fleaflicker Media. Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page. Tonight's live sporting event on Fleaflicker Media is brought to you by the Gettysburg Times. New pitcher for Hanover as well as we start the fifth inning here. It's Abe Dole, who made the last out of the last inning for Hanover. He now grabs the glove, a different one, and heads to the mound here to pitch. Well, I assume it's a different one. It might not be, but never really heard anybody refer to a glove as a pitching glove, but I'm sure pitchers do use some pitchers do use a specific type of glove, type of length, type of pocket, you know. You want to be able to have a deep enough pocket so you can fish in there for the grip on a breaking ball and not have everybody know that that's what you're going to throw. But either way, Abe Dole takes over on the hill, so Kevin Tracey done after 4 innings. For him, it was just the 1 hit allowed and 2 walks. Struck out 4 batters over the last 3 innings of this ball game, as he was really cutting a rug up there out on the mound. So it'll be Dole taking over in relief. In the South Penn League, with these 7-inning games, 4 innings as a starter qualifies you for the win if you're ahead, if your team's ahead when you leave. So Tracey in line for the victory. So far, only Cashtown has been able to stop Hanover on the field, and they'll have 2 more meetings between those two before the season's over, and that might be a Sunday doubleheader. If it's not a Sunday doubleheader, if either of those fall on a Tuesday or a Thursday, that's where we're going to be. But I think Hanover and Cashtown's remaining appearances are part of a Sunday doubleheader. So Abe Dole taking over. It'll be bottom third of the order here for New Oxford. That means A.J. Bullock, Andrew Worley, and Brandon Morgret. And this is only the 2nd time through the order here for New Oxford. Hanover's already a 3rd time through their order and started that the last inning. Misses down low, ball 1 to Bullock. Bullock playing right field for New Oxford today. Swings through that one. Looked like he might have taken a little bit off it, or maybe a little different spin as he was out in front. No balls and 2 strikes. Kicking 1 ball and 1 strike, excuse me. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bullock struck out against Tracey in his only appearance so far in this game. Works a 3-1 count here. We got a timeout as catcher might have taken a shot in an uncomfortable place. I'm not sure. Well, the catcher had the ball the whole time, but he did take a little bit of a shot absorbing that foul ball, or absorbing that ball out of the strike zone that bounced in the dirt. Swing and a miss, and count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and whatever that pitch is, he's got it working for him here against Bullock. Stays behind this one a little bit, pops it up on the infield. Wagaman makes the catch of the pop fly in fair territory, a couple of feet from the first base bag. And 1 out here in the 5th inning. I'll bring up Andrew Worley. Worley walked and came as close to scoring a New Oxford run as anybody in this ball game tonight. So he got into scoring position. dart for a strike, and that's definitely the things he was throwing to Bullock were definitely some sort of off-speed pitch because his fastball's a dart, and there it was. There's another one ball and one strike. Well, it's a proven fact that being able to throw hard in baseball does give you a better chance to be more successful. It's not the be-all, end-all, but when you can throw that hard, you can get swings like that from hitters who have had productive days already. Worley, the DH for New Oxford, walked his last time up. He got to second base on a weak grounder back to the mound. Late swing and a miss through that one, and Abe Dull has sent down the first two batters he's faced here in the fifth inning. As look how late he was able to get him to swing on this one. Whoosh. Dull on the mound, ready to go, and New Oxford's next batter coming out of the dugout. It's Morgret, as he presumably had. Well, I don't imagine he had some of the catching gear on there because his spot was always going to come up this inning. So, dart to the outside corner, no balls and one strike. And when you could go from the wily, crafty veteran Kevin Tracey to a young flamethrower and Abe Dull here, it's certainly going to wreak havoc with the swing decisions and swing timing of the New Oxford Twins. New Oxford's won 2 of their last 3 games. They beat Shippensburg midweek last week, and then they split a doubleheader with Frederick this weekend. This one hit to right. Can of corn for Hefner. He's got it for out number 3, and Abe Dull a successful first inning for the Hanover Hurricanes. Hanover in control. They'll head to the bat rack for the bottom of the 5th, looking to add on. Back in a moment. Here on Fleaflicker Media.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
It's Colby Peterson on for another inning of work here for New Oxford. He's warming up as the corner infielders come in to talk over some strategy here with him. I'll remind you that this and all mound visits, official or otherwise, are brought to you by Battlefield Military Museum here on Fleaflicker Media. 2 other games in the South Penn League today, both going on down in Maryland. We'll have a look at the scores of those for you in a couple innings from now. As we play here in the bottom of the 5th, if we wait too many innings from now, it will be too long. Because we play 7 in the South Penn League. Hit in the air to left. That one's going to be hauled in on the run by Brady Koenig as he crosses over the line into foul territory. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Colby Peterson. Take that all day. So that was Hafley making the out for the first time today, and now Chase Roberts, the batter. Takes that one high, 1 ball and no strikes. Roberts was hit by a pitch in the top of the foot his last time up to bring home a run with the bases loaded. Flew out to the center fielder his First time up. Swing and a miss, pulled the string on that one. As the sun has never really been out in full force here at Diller Field today. It's been all clouds all the time. So this graying sky, just a part of what we've had to deal with so far here today. And Peterson having to deal with just missing on that one. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. First time we've had either one of these two teams on our airwaves this year, so we're glad you tuned in with us. New Oxford Twins, a long time, what I like to call a charter member of the South Penn League, even though they were established in 1987 when they moved over from McSherrystown. As that one misses, 3 balls and 1 strike. The Twins were a member of the league when I was a kid growing up, and to me that means they're one of the blue bloods, one of the teams that I remember reading about in the newspaper on Sunday afternoons. Swing and a miss brings the count back to full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Colby Peterson working his way back here now. Chase Roberts standing in there looking for his first hit of the ball game. Hanover has just 2. Swing and a miss, and that will retire him for out number 2 here in the 5th inning. Peterson has 3 punch-outs now. Excuse me, he has 2 punch-outs. And now Isaiah Dull. Isaiah Dull takes down low, ball 1. Dull has seen 3 Hanover runs come across the score during his plate appearances. That one hit the batter. 4th hit Hanover batter in this ballgame. First one that Peterson's gotten, and it sounded like it got a piece of the umpire on the way through as well. Let's look and see here as he let out an audible yell. Oh yeah, it looks like it caught the umpire right on the top of his face mask. Ooh. He's checking over here with the catcher to make sure he's all right. So 4 hit by pitches now. So apparently there's a difference in the rules for hit by pitches based on, I guess, whether the batter is in the box or out of the box between high school and between adult baseball, which is the South Penn League here. So that's what the umpire was discussing with Brandon Morgret there, and now he's having the talk with the third base coach for Hanover. As either way, it's going to be a hit by pitch. Isaiah Dull on first base with 2 down here in the 5th as Hanover looks for a little bit of insurance. So, Timmy Wagaman getting the instruction from his manager to stand in the box there when he's ready, and he does so. Peterson with a bender that stays high. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for New Oxford. 5 runs, 2 hits, no errors for Hanover. The runner was going on the pitch, but that ball is yanked way foul into the housing development over the trees there. And unfortunately, fair territory in the outfield wall doesn't extend that far, or that would have been a long goner. Good luck finding that one. Here goes the runner. The pitcher steps off. Throw to second. He is in there safely. And a heads-up play by Dull as he saw something and took off. And late to react was Peterson. And it's a stolen base for Hanover. And Peterson will have to get his wits about him here now and go after the number 3 hitter in the order. Now there's some kind of issue with the home plate umpire in the Hanover dugout again, as this has been going on all night with both teams, as something was said somewhere. Well, Welcome to the Ump Show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's being said down there, but this is starting to take on a life of its own and starting to become the show here in the 5th inning, so. This one drilled to left. It's got a chance. Going. It's off the top of the wall and over. Home run for Hanover. Timmy Wagaman with a 2-run blast to left field. And the Hurricanes pull in front 7-0. As Wagaman helping the home-standing Hanover team pull in front with a commanding lead here in the 5th now. And there it is. We've seen it. It took us all year to get a home run in a broadcast last year. We've seen 2 in the first week of the season this year. And that one by Wagaman, a literal wall scraper. It hits the yellow line on top of the wall and bounces over, but he'll take it either way. That's still a majestic 302-foot blast. Even though that's short for a left field porch, that's a long way to hit a baseball. So the 3rd hit of the game for Hanover, long overdue. Fourth hit of the game for Hanover, takes 2 more pitches after that hit. As Malcolm Ferry has a 3-hit day going here. 3 singles for him today. RBI has been caught stealing once, and we'll see if they can bring him around here to score in the 5th inning. We figure we're going to be bringing you a lot of the Hanover Hurricanes as the season goes along with the start they're off to, so better get acquainted with some of the names here for this team in baby blue. That was an absolutely disgusting pitch from Colby Peterson. Took the heat off of that one and had him way out in front. That's probably the best pitch we've seen in this entire ball game from anybody. Here comes the 0-1 offering. This one, breaking ball, headed towards the head, and it breaks down over the zone, and the Hanover bench isn't criticizing the umpire. They're clapping. We'll see how long that lasts. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, but it's Hanover putting 2 more on the board thanks to a 2-run home run from Timmy Wagaman. Through 5, it's the Hanover Hurricanes 7 and the New Oxford Twins 0 here on Fleaflicker Media's coverage of Tuesday Night Baseball.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Tonight's live sporting event on Fleaflicker Media is brought to you by the Gettysburg Times. Top of the order will bat here for New Oxford in the top of the 6th inning here from Diller Field. George Marinos bringing you all the live action on a Tuesday Night Baseball, and we've had an eventful, albeit strange one here so far tonight as we've played through the first 5 of 7 innings. We play 7 in the South Penn League. So Abe Dull on the hill, and it's top of the order for New Oxford as it's Zach Fulmar. He squares the bunt, puts this one down the third baseline, and foul. Well into the second strip of grass over there. No balls and 1 strike will be the count. After Zach Fulmar, it'll be Bryce Fulmar, and then Hunter Gillen. So Abe Dole, who pitched his first inning in relief of Kevin Tracey in the 5th, goes after the toughest hitters here for New Oxford now as it snowballs at 2 strikes. Well, we're pleased for all your viewership wherever you're tuning in from the Hanover area, from New Oxford, Gettysburg. Even in the Hanover area, it's strike 3, and Abe Dole has another strikeout. So, 1 away here in the 6th. Hanover with a comfortable lead. I'd like to give a shout out to Jay Rotz tuning in here on the broadcast. We're trying to get you some Shippensburg baseball here at some point. We haven't covered them in about 5 years. I know that's one of the areas that you like to pay attention to. We're trying to get the Shippensburg Stars on here at some point. Fouled back to the screen by Bryce Fulmar in the count 1 ball and 1 strike. To the second baseman for New Oxford. 0 for 2 with a strikeout his last time up. Dole with the kick and the toss. Late on that one, fouls it off into the trees. My car is right over here behind the dugout, so I got told that it was a very light chance that I would get hit with a foul ball. They're going all around it, but not really anywhere near it, so let's knock on some wood. Dole with the delivery. This one misses outside. That one goes to the backstop. We have a couple opportunities maybe to get Shippensburg in over the next couple of weeks. They'll be at Cashtown in, I believe, 2 weeks. Though I'm not sure that's going to be the most compelling matchup. And then Shippensburg has, I forget who they play. They play somebody else next week. Is this one called a ball? We did have on our original schedule the last regular season broadcast of the year was Shippensburg at Littlestown. So we'll see if that remains. And now a New Oxford batter has been hit as that one got away from Dole. Fulmar will get the free 90. Yeah, the Legion tournament has been played here. There's been lots of different types of Legion ball and Little League and all kinds of things played here over the years. And I think it's post 402. I forget what the number was. Troy Wentz and company doing good things. The 1999 State Legion champions played at this ballpark. They had Mark Phillips as a pitcher, the number 9 overall pick in the 2000 Major League Draft. I'll give you about 30 seconds to guess who went number 1 overall in that draft. It's a guy who's possibly a future Hall of Famer. First baseman was the Taco Bell spokesperson in his only year for the Red Sox. That ball gets away on the pickoff throw, and Fulmar will motor down to second. So, runner in scoring position now with 1 down here. And Hunter Gillen will be the batter. Gillen 0 for 2 with a looking strikeout his last time. Takes that fastball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, both Phillips boys played here for Legion ball. Then they played on the Hanover Raiders here for years. Driven to left. I don't think it's got enough on it to get out, but it's going. Up against the wall. It's hauled in there by the left fielder. Malcolm Ferry is having a day. 3 hits for him. Now a catch up against the sign out there in left field, the Freedom Off-Road sign. Moving up to third is Bryce Fulmar on the play, or is Zach Fulmar on the play. No, that is Bryce Fulmar, excuse me. So he's there with 2 down at third, and Nizia Mummert, quite possibly the most productive hitter in the Twins lineup, stands in there now with a chance to get them their first run of the ball game. Abe Dole with a kick, the toss. Takes a strike at the thighs. As you see Fulmar taking the lead down the third base line. New Oxford with just 1 hit in this ball game. Mummert chops that one back off the pitcher. It's going up the middle. Second baseman's got it. He's going to eat it, and a run will score. And the New Oxford Twins are on the board as Fulmar in to score. That ball tips off the pitcher Dole on the way back up the middle. As we'll take a look at this one here, Mummert with a sharp shot off the glove, and then it goes right up the middle, deep into the hole where the second baseman Dole has no chance to do anything with it. That one goes over the head of the batter. And down to second goes Isaiah Mummert. And a couple of really wild ones here in the 6th inning. Seven to 1 now as New Oxford on the board for the first time here today, and they won't be shut out at Diller Field. This is the final meeting of the regular season between these two teams, Hanover going for the sweep. They've given up 1 run in each of the 3 games so far against New Oxford. As there's a strike from Dull. Mummert into scoring position now as New Oxford looks to put a crooked number up. And a swing and a miss from Kearns. Swing and a miss, and that will bring the inning to an end. New Oxford on the board. For the first time today, they've got 3 outs left to work with. It's 7 to 1, Hanover leads. As we head to the bottom of the 6th here on Fleaflicker Media.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Tonight's live sporting event on Fleaflicker Media is brought to you by the Gettysburg Times. Just a reminder, the Gettysburg Times is covering this game today. No, I'm not writing the article, but Tom Sixes is here somewhere, and he'll be writing a nice feature-length story article about this ball game. You can read about it in tomorrow's paper. Bottom of the 6th as Ream stands in there, and he hits one, not quite home run distance maybe, but it goes way foul. Way out in front of that one, and no balls and 1 strike. He let out a sound, I don't know whether it was frustration or excitement. He's got a wry smile, a big wry smile on his face right now here as he leads off the bottom of the 6th. Colby Peterson out there for another inning of work for New Oxford, and he tries to dot the knees with the fastball and just misses. 1-1 the count. Ream has grounded out to third and grounded out to second in this ball game. And now we've got a timeout. Well, Fleaflicker Media is your home for Central Penn Piranha football this summer. We're planning on having as many of the home games for you as we can. They're away this week in D.C., at least that's what the original schedule said. Strike 2 to Ream as he takes that one. Without a thought of swinging, the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Peterson's whiffed 3 so far, as Ream chunks this one foul into the trees. I'll take you through a scoring summary of this one when we get a moment. I'll tell you this, Hanover got 2 in the first. They got 3 in the third. And they got 2 more in the 5th. As Ream generates some bat speed on this one. High pop up to left. Ranging in and making the catch is the left fielder Brady Koenig. And the leadoff guy retired here for Colby Peterson and the New Oxford Twins in the 6th inning. For the Twins, one last chance as they'll come to bat in the top of the 7th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Brady Koenig, A.J. Bullock, and Andrew Worley to do work. And now we've got more controversy here as the umpire in conversation with the Hanover dugout. Again, it's...
Well, that should happen a long time ago.
I'm not sure who he was going after, whether he was going after Chet Hafley or one of the other coaches, but now he's thrown somebody out of the game, and I think it's Chet Hafley, the manager. I believe that's who has gotten chucked out of this ball game, and he's going to make his way over now to talk to the umpire here as he trundles on over, and he's heading out away from. The umpire's heading away from him, and he's leaving. He's heading away from him. He's following him around, and the umpire's walking away from him. And here comes the base umpire to try and step in. Hafley now pointing, as he's obviously not upset with what's transpired here. The umpire's not been happy with either dugout from the very get-go in this one. And now he kicks the dirt on home plate, does Chet Hafley. Getting tossed with a 7-1 lead in the second to last inning here. And there you go, folks. There's the dirt being kicked on home plate as Chet Hafley makes his exit. His team leads 6-1. I'd hate to think what would be happening if his team was behind, or his team leads 7-1. I'd hate to think what would happen if his team was behind 7-1 in this situation. And now some baseballs have been chucked onto the field as Hafley is having a little bit of a meltdown over here now. As they've got two strong wills going at it here, and Hafley is going to make his way off the field to an early exit now.
Every game you're an asshole like this. Every game. Why are you talking to me? Who are you? Because you're an asshole. Who are you? Who are you? Every fucking I don't know you. Don't talk to me. You're a fucking pisser. You fucking walk. Great.
So Hafley making his way off the field here, and we apologize for some of the language coming from the on-field microphones here. We do try to keep this a family show, but interesting stuff happening here, so we have to report on it. As Hafley still making his way up the right field line, and now the home plate umpire and the base umpire in discussions here with the New Oxford battery. And now another Hanover coach is coming out of the dugout here, and he appears to be delivering a peace offering of 3 game-ready baseballs. So, tensions flaring here in the 6th inning between the home plate umpire and the Hanover manager, Chet Hafley, and that ends with Hafley getting run. So, new third base coach here for Hanover as they will we pick things up here with one out in the bottom of the 6th as it's the top of the order coming up now for Hanover. Scott Ream had just made an out. And then all of the histrionics went on over there in the Hanover dugout and everything. Now we're back to action. 1 down, nobody on, and Jackson Ream is the batter. George Marinos bringing you all the live action here of South Penn baseball, and Ream pops this one up the opposite way. That's going to be caught out there in short right field for out number 2. And Abe Dole will come to the plate now. Well, I'm sure the league office will be checking in on the footage of this one. We'll have it for him on Fleaflicker Media. Two outs and nobody on now. It's Abe Dole, the batter. Takes a letter high strike. Well, I would say let's see if the Hanover batters get motivated by their manager's ejection here, but I don't think that's what that was about. Weak shot back to the mound. Peterson knocks it down and kicks a little away from him. He's going to pick up and throw to first. He's got him. That brings the 6th inning to an end. 3 up, 3 down. Some fireworks that saw an ejection. We'll head on to the 7th here on Fleaflicker Media. Come back as we complete this one here on Tuesday Night Baseball.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community. one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Tonight's live sporting event on Fleaflicker Media is brought to you by the Gettysburg Times. Abe Dull on the hill here for Hanover as we get ready to start the 7th inning. We play 7 in the South Penn Leagues. This is the very last chance for the New Oxford Twins to grab 6 and pull this one off the pile. Shadows starting to creep across the field here as the sun is out for one of the first times all day, but it waited until it was almost all the way down behind us. It's almost sunset over there, but providing a nice sun field here, which contrasts the dark gray clouds off in the left field. So Abe Dahl to the hill. He'll try to complete a 2-pitcher, 1-hitter for the Hanover Hurricanes, or a 2-pitcher, 2-hitter, excuse me, for the Hanover Hurricanes, as they given up 2 hits in this ball game. Now, Isaiah Mummert with the most recent hit, an infield single that went off the pitcher's glove to bring home New Oxford's only run in the ball game. This one popped foul, and that one might get my car. And it doesn't. Darn, I was looking for a new one. I'm kidding. Now, apparently that baseball's the worst for wear over there. Here comes Dull with the pitch. That one misses up high to Brady Koenig. Koenig has one of the 2 New Oxford hits here in this ball game. A single with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. That misses down low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now he has the count. The last thing you want to do if you're Dull here is start working some deep counts and walking some people. Called strike at the letters, and loud approval from the Hanover players in the field, and having thrown the bat away was Koenig as he was headed down to first base. As Dull climbs back on the hill, ready to go again here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he puts him away. And he looks, and he's got something to say for the home plate umpire here. And they'll leave it at that as he heads off to the dugout. 1 down here in the New Oxford 7th. So it's Ben Ogle up to take a pinch hitting appearance here in the 7th for New Oxford. He'll hit for A.J. Bullock. Swings and foul tips the first one, so talk about sitting on the bench for an hour and 45 minutes cold and then coming out, letting it rip on the first pitch you see and getting a piece of it. That one misses up high, 1 ball and 1 strike to New Oxford's new hitter here in the number 7 hole. Foul tip, that caught the mask of the catcher on the way through. It's been an eventful game. The home plate umpire got conked on the head with one earlier. There's been an ejection. There's been a home run. We've seen Kevin Tracey pitch against the New Oxford Twins. I'm not sure that everybody watching this back home on the broadcast understands how cool of a neat little tidbit that is. That one misses up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes now from Dull. Chopped on the ground. Second baseman will come up and field it. Quick flick to first, and he's out. Abe Dole with the play, 4-3 it goes, and Hanover is 1 out away from winning this ball game and moving to 6-1 on the season. Technically, Cashtown undefeated, their percentage points ahead of Hanover, but Hanover the most wins in the league so far, and only 1 loss. New Oxford at 2-4, and it's Michael Beskett is coming to the plate here now, and his mom's the mayor of Littlestown. This one misses outside, ball 1 ball and no strikes. I think she got reelected, didn't she? I think so. I don't even know what these things are. There's so many elections these days. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. Beskett, who is a catcher by trade, applies his work with the bat there now in this at bat here in the 7th inning. Stay tuned for post-game interviews and a post-game scoring recap of this one once it's done. We're now a strike away from that being the reality here. Hour and 46 minutes so far for this one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Michael Beskett. Abe Dole with the kick, the twist, the delivery. Strike 3 called, and that'll do it for the ball game. And the Hanover Hurricanes take it 7-1, nearly matching their record at 6-1. New Oxford falls to 2-5. What a performance on both sides of the ball by the Hanover Hurricanes here today, and they'll go through the handshake line victorious. We'll head for a commercial break here shortly, and then we'll have some post-game interviews and a recap of this one on Fleaflicker Media, so don't go anywhere as we'll wrap this one up for you. A 7-1 Hanover victory. Back in a moment with more from Hanover.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, 1 live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Hello, my name is Maxwell Smith. You're watching South Penn Baseball on Fleaflicker Media.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, 1 live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is that Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
All right, I'm here with Kevin Tracey and Malcolm Ferry of the Hanover Hurricanes. I'll start out with you, Kevin. I know you pitched for the Hurricanes last year. Pitching against New Oxford, this probably isn't the first time you pitched against them, but does it still mean something to you to pitch against a team that you made your name in the South Penn League?
I don't know. I just like to pitch. I'm just happy I'm out here doing it. Not as good as I used to, but still like being out on the field doing it. With my son plays here, so it's fun to be able to play with him.
Still pretty good. I mean, four scoreless innings for you today. What were you feeling out there?
Old. I felt every one of those 4 innings, and I'll feel them for the next week. But no, as long as you can get outs, you don't have to throw hard anymore. So that's the name of the game.
Malcolm, you had 3 hits today and a nice catch out in the outfield as well. Talk about your at-bats here today and what was going through your mind today.
Yeah, I mean, I was just out there to swing. None of the hits were really that good. Just kind of flaring them out there, but yeah, they were good. And then the catch, everyone was telling me I had room, and I did not have enough room. And I ran straight in the fence, but we still caught it. And so yeah.
What part of you hit against the fence there?
Most of everything, yeah. But I was able to hold on the ball.
Okay.
I saw he was going to third, so I just chucked it over there.
Was that going to clear the fence?
No, it was right in front of the fence. It was close, but I don't think it would have went over.
Did you see the one that Wagaman hit that hit right around there, right off the top of the fence? That was something.
Top of the fence that went over. That was a nice one. Yeah.
That was something, huh? You don't see that every day. Yeah. Kevin, what's it like pitching at this ballpark here? I mean, this is one of the most beautiful venues in the league, don't you think?
Hey, I think they do a really good job.
Yeah.
I mean, they put a lot of work into getting this field ready. We're lucky to be able to have it. Yeah, they put a ton of work into it. So being able to play on a nice ball field, not every team has that ability, and so it's great to be able to do that.
Nice start to the year for you guys at 6-1. What's the key? What's the feeling? What's the chemistry like with this team right now?
We like to have a good time.
Yeah, we just like having fun. Yeah.
I mean, we're all baseball players. I mean, I'm sure it's not always well received, but we like to have a good time. But we like to get our work done at the same time.
And you guys did a lot of work today. Thank you for coming on with us, and good luck the rest of the season. All right, that's Kevin Tracey and Malcolm Ferry, and we'll head to commercial. We'll be back with some recap.
Here at Fleaflicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Fleaflicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Fleaflicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Back here live at Diller Field, we're going to wrap this one up for you. The Hanover Hurricanes victorious 7-1 here over the New Oxford Twins today. An hour and 48 minutes for the game today. 7 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Hanover Hurricanes. And for New Oxford, they had no runs on 2 hits with 2 errors. The win goes to Kevin Tracey, and the loss goes to Elaine Koenig. No save necessary on the day, as it was a 4-run lead when the reliever came in. That was Abe Dull, who got the final 3 innings of work in, gave up just the 1 run. We'll take you through the scoring summary here on this one now, and then we'll pack up and head back home and get ready for the Thursday night game of the week, which is the Littlestown Dodgers hosting these Hanover Raiders, and a showdown at the top of the South Penn League standings. So be sure to tune in for that one at 6 o'clock on Fleaflicker Media, as we have all the pitches for you live from Memorial Field in Littlestown. So for this one, the matter of record keeping, in the first inning, Hanover jumped on top. Abe Dull had a ground ball that got past the third baseman's glove for an error. Colton Hafley was hit by a pitch. After a Chase Roberts flyout, Isaiah Dull had a ground ball to third that was thrown away at first, and 2 Hanover runs scored, Abe Dull and Colton Hafley coming around. We fast forward to the 3rd inning, and Lane Koenig was getting a little tired on the hill for New Oxford. He walked Jackson Ream, Abe Dull, and then hit Hafley, hit Chase Roberts to drive in a run. An RBI, or a double play ground out by Isaiah Dull brought home another run. It was not an RBI, but it made it 4-0 all the same. Then a walk to Timmy Wagaman. Another single by Malcolm Ferry, 1 of 3 on the day for him, drove in a run to make it 5-0 before Justin Hefner was struck out by Koenig to end the inning. Then we go on to the 5th, as it was all of the odd innings for Hanover to score tonight, and this one started rather innocuously, as they got a couple of outs, Colton Hafley and Chase Roberts, but then Isaiah Dull was hit by a pitch, and Timmy Wagaman bounced a 303-foot home run off the top of the yellow line on the wall in left field here at Diller Field. A Diller Field home run for you if ever there was one. But they all count the same, and hitting a ball 303 feet is not easy. So New Oxford then in the top of the 6th, they scratched out a run. Isaiah Mummert had an RBI single to bring home a Bryce Fulmar, who had been hit by a pitch with 1 out in the inning. And that wrapped up the scoring on this one. So Hanover goes to 6-1. New Oxford falls to 2-5. We'll have Hanover versus Littlestown on Thursday night, game of the week, coming up on Fleaflicker Media. So be sure to tune in for that one. And we would be remiss if we didn't remind you that next week, next Tuesday night, we're getting you ready for it already. It's the rivalry in the South Penn League. It's Hagerstown and it's Cashtown. Live from Cashtown Community Fire Department. That'll be next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And you're crazy if you think we'd miss that one. Well, we didn't miss this one here today. Hanover didn't miss either. It's 7-1. They win. We've come to the time of evening where we're going to let you go. And let you go enjoy some other things, maybe some York Revolution baseball or some MLB or maybe some TV shows or something. So for my guys in the truck, my statistical help, for Denny and for everyone that's a part of these broadcasts, this is George Marinos signing off. Have a good evening, everyone.